yeah, I got you. Guys, we're in Colombia.
We are in Colombia.
That's where we are. We're in Cali. And we're doing work. Yes. That means that we got to do interviews. And that means that we have spent a couple days, 12 hours on the streets, a couple days of hours long drives, a couple days traveling, meeting contacts, doing a lot of stuff. Now, we're finally sitting down and getting some stuff done. But we don't have a long, good video for you this week. But we do have a podcast episode that Gus sat down with some Moldovan students.
Yes, we did. So this week, this episode, back when I was in Moldova, I got to sit down with some Moldovan students and kind of have like a roundtable conversation about what it was like to study in Moldova and live in both in Moldova, and also share our perspective as U.S. students when I was with my NC State group. So from daily study abroad opportunities such as Erasmus, which they will talk about a little more, we cover a lot of different topics about student life to get like two different perspectives of what it's like to be a student in Moldova and the U.S. So here's the podcast, and next week we'll have our refugee video from Moldova, which we're super excited to get out. But here it is. So to start off, to the Moldovan students, I wanted to ask you guys, like, what's something you love about being a student in Moldova?
I think it's about all the possibilities that you have here. Since we are a small country, like all the universities know themselves, so we always like organize stuff together in partnership with different universities. But also I think is the flexibility that professors and our dean gives us, and the Erasmus projects that we have. I love them a lot.
Yes.
You hear the term Erasmus being thrown out a lot. That's a European Union program that gets students the chance to study or intern in another country for a few weeks or months at a time. For Moldovan students, it means that they can go to universities in places like Romania, Italy, or Germany. And for European students, it's how they can come to Moldova for an exchange. The idea is to build cultural exchange, mobility, and networks all across Europe the same way that study abroad programs work in the United States.
Yeah, I also like the approach that our teachers have on us. Like, we're really close, we're family here, and every opportunity they find out about, even if it's not from our university, they are telling us about it and like, guys, participate, try to get in, like everything like that.
Yeah, I feel like after visiting all the different hubs, it seems that Moldova is really keen on trying to get students to go be an entrepreneur and go pursue exactly what they want to do. Sounds pretty cool. Where do you guys do your Erasmus exchange at?
Yes, I was in Erasmus exchange in Bulgaria. It was in October, November and December. It was great. I enjoyed the community, multicultural world, different students, ambitious students. I made friends, and also I liked the university. I learned many things about culture, about different subject related to my degree, International Economic Relations, and I'm happy. I would like to be the second time in this exchange program.
Where do you go?
Well, I think it's important to mention that we were in two different types of Erasmus projects, because Mihaela was for 6 months, I think.
3 months.
3 months in Bulgaria. But I have been on a short-term Erasmus, which is more of a cultural exchange rather than an academic exchange, as she did. So I've been to Norway, and I've been to Poland and Italy for like 2 weeks, both of them. And for me, it was more like projects, activities, rather than academic stuff, like she learned.
Yes, also I had projects.
But I didn't do school. I was just on cultural exchange.
Cool. It's a good way to travel.
I remember that we had an entrepreneurship club, and there was a competition about what kind of idea will gain a prize, something like that. And I remember that I was with my team, and we took the first place. I was so happy.
Nice.
Yes.
What was the idea about?
The idea was to be so creative, to be creative and to bring some solutions for business people, like how to communicate between, and it was fun and at the same time creative and the professors and the jury appreciate it, and I was so happy. Nice.
Awesome.
I like it. What do you guys dream of doing once you graduate? Since you said you're on your last year, it's like working in your thesis. What do you think is the next step?
Actually, we are graduating university. I already work. Like I'm a teacher.
Oh,
and
nice. What kind of, like, what grades?
For different ages, like I have students that are 3 years old and I have students that are 13, 14 years old. I'm teaching a kind of math, like where students are trying to count in their mind using abacus. It's a thing, and I found myself in that, and I think at the start of a second year in university.
Yeah.
I don't think I will work like on my major, like what I graduated, but I can never know. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. It's like pretty common, even in the United States. Like we study a certain thing in school, and it's something like, I think it's like only 30 or 40% of people ever actually do professionally what they studied in school.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah, I like the major. I like it. It's great. It's fun. It's a lot of interesting stuff to do. But I really found myself in teaching and working with kids. So.
Yeah. But let's see, what do you guys want to do and then we'll share.
For me, definitely do more international work, kind of related to what Gustavo wants to do, but I know his is more journalism and videography. Mine would be more kind of like this, doing deliverables and projects for different companies and really finding what I can bring the most value towards, because I believe I'm very culturally aware and love to immerse myself and really understand the problems to figure out the solutions that can be integrated throughout the different components and stuff like that. So just kind of going here, there, everywhere to find different opportunities and stuff like that. I'm working on a couple different portfolios, from marketing to digital and fashion and the liquor industry as well. So
nice.
yeah, definitely from my background in Mexican, so mezcal, so which is a variation of tequila over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, mine is not relevant at all, but I am planning on opening my own business. I aim to, in the next 10 years, open a climbing center specifically targeted at minority groups who don't typically feel comfortable in the athletic field. So women, people with disabilities, people of color who don't have the money to spend on gym memberships. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm. That's nice, we'll come. I've never tried it, but I'd like to.
It's very fun.
Okay.
That's fun. Alright, well, this will be it. This is what I'm hoping for. Right now, this trip, we're like filming this documentary, trying to get different kinds of footage to get to know what it is to be in Moldova, what's traditions, the culture. In the fall, I'm actually planning on pursuing like this full time. So I'm kind of saving money the whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna be moving to South America for a couple months, or maybe indefinitely, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But our plan is to start in French Guiana and then make our way to Colombia and then down to Peru. And overall, just get to know the culture, get to know the people. And the main point of the channel is for us to get to know these perspectives from countries or places that are really talked about. I mean, like we mentioned, like when I told my parents I was going to Moldova, they're like, where is that?
Yeah.
So it's getting to know these places that haven't really been talked about, and getting to know the culture, the traditions, or even like just like modern current events, like we saw like what was happening in the parliament. Just showing the world what's happening around the world, which is not being really talked about as much. So hoping it works out.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you. I hope it's gonna turn out well. But you said do you have a partner that you do this
Yeah, I actually have a business partner. He is not here. He wasn't part of the Moldova project, but he is back at home doing research for me so that we can continue doing things.
Nice.
Hi, Owen.
Hi, welcome to Moldova next time as well.
Yeah, but it's the two of us. We've been working. We officially started the idea back in November, and in January is when we launched the channel. We actually went to the United States inauguration with President Trump. and we got to interview people kind of from both sides. Like
Yeah,
people,
I've seen that.
Yeah, so got different perspectives and kind of got a better idea of what the people think of the new president, and that kind of kicked off into things. For our spring break trip, we went to Guatemala, and we got to interview locals, tour guides, and even some tourists, and kind of got to know about the history over there. They have a lot of like Mayan history and culture over there in Lake Atitlan, which is one of the places that we visited. And just overall, just recording our experiences, but also getting to share that with the world and what we're doing. So it's been great so far. I've enjoyed it. How about you guys? What's your plan?
Hela?
Yeah. So after I'm planning to, I guess, work in an international company, and after that I want to do a degree, master degree, somewhere abroad or in Moldova. I don't know. We'll see. But I think work experience is really important for me, and the network that I can build here, it's also important. We'll see. Yes, I'm optimistic, and I believe in myself.
Gotta have the spirit, right? Yeah.
But you have done like you have worked at the ministry.
Yeah, last year I had done my internship at the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It was, yes, in April, May. It was very interesting. It was very amazing, just because I met really professional people and open people, diplomats. I got to know how they work and how is all this dynamic world of international relations. I would like to be back there. Yes, I guess I will join again this community, because this year I still do my internship at an incubator of business incubator, and it's kind of interesting because they have many startups, and my thesis is related to the topic of AI and the impact of for the global economy. So that's why I choose to be in a tech environment with startups. Actually, I work on a project it's a soft about I would like to mention that I don't have a background in IT, but I know many things, like how to deal with clients, with people, how to negotiate sales and everything like that. It's very useful for me, and I guess this experience learned me many things, and so I'm grateful.
I have to share something. Well, I'm working right now, and I work in human resources in a corporation, I can say so. It's an American corporation, by the way. But I think after I graduate, I want to do a master's degree in diplomacy as well. And I see myself doing that in the future, probably like working for a Moldovan embassy in a foreign country. I would like to do that.
So would you guys say generally like students are wanting to stay in Moldova after graduation, or they should try to, like, you guys like look for opportunities abroad?
I think it's a new trend that students want to learn in Moldova lately. I think for the past 2 years it has been changing, because when I was a little bit younger and I started going to the university, like all the years before me wanted to go abroad, like study Romania, the Netherlands, something that was easier. But I think now people want to come back and learn here, because I think things are changing for the better, like with our government changing and getting closer to the European path. So I think students.
I would like to mention that I really want to study abroad. I am planning for that, and yes, because for experience, intercultural exchange, and different perspective of studies, and that's why I'm so enthusiastic about, and I would like really go and to study abroad.
Especially after Bulgaria, right? It kind of makes you want to go back out
Yes,
there.
after
again.
that,
Yeah.
things changed a bit. So
No, I'm there with you. I actually did an exchange in the Czech Republic in Prague, my very first semester of college. And then I came back home and I was like, how can I do this again? Like, I want to find any way to do it. And I really looked into it. I found like scholarships and grants, but somehow it worked out. And then I ended up going to Madrid in Spain and did another exchange semester. And it's like you say, it's like the people you meet, the cultural exchange, like the classes, like
environment.
even and the professors, like they just have different perspectives from like the country that you're learning. So it's like they have like a different approach to learning. I really enjoyed both of the times. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I also think lately a lot of students want to stay in Moldova.
Yeah.
Like there were a trend, everyone wanted to go abroad, to study abroad, to try a new experience. But now, and the patriotism is back now, I think, because some years ago it wasn't that hard for our generation.
Yeah.
And now it's a lot like our spirit is towards our country. We want to stay here. We want to make the country prosper, not like leave to a prosper country. I think that's also.
What's something that you guys want to ask us? What do you want to get to know about the U.S. students?
I want to ask you if you have been abroad and studied. How about you girls? Have you tried? Okay, where have you been?
So this is only my second time going abroad, but I went to Spain once on a study abroad program for 2 weeks, and it was a sustainable entrepreneurship program. So I spent the entire 2 weeks following companies from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and we went into the company, we looked at their whole process. So for example, like orange orchards, we would follow them from picking the oranges all the way through the factory, producing the different products and then selling them. And having these big lunches and dinners with the company partners, which was awesome. And so we did that for Monday through Friday for both of the weeks and had the weekends to ourselves to explore the city, and it was incredible. And I want to go back very badly.
Nice. That sounds very
absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
Well, I
Nu
have
avem
not.
scuzați. Nu avem. Suntem un pic ocupați, nu putem să ajutăm. Okay, we can continue.
Anyways.
Yeah, I have not done any study abroad, but I am going to for my last course. I know it's remind me again the business policy
480.
for 480.
Business policies and strategies.
Yes, yeah, that class I do have the opportunity to go for a couple weeks, almost to France and
Okay.
study or travel
Yeah.
there
No, it's-
for the culture immersion. So really looking forward to that. But this is my second abroad trip. I've also been to Mexico, my hometown, and yeah, really love it and want the continuation of it, of course.
Have you done any? Sorry.
I did. I did the same program that he did in the Czech Republic
Okay.
in Prague, and that like experience was like so amazing. And I wish I had done another one when I was a student. I just didn't have the time. But yeah, studying abroad's amazing.
Yeah. And here we are, right?
Exactly. Honestly, like little life hack is if you want to continue to study abroad and do cool stuff that students get to do, just get a job at a university, and then you end up being able to do things like this on behalf of the university, and it's awesome.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Live vicariously.
Kind of switching it up a little bit, talking about y'all's culture and kind of like perception of the culture. What's something you think people misunderstand about Moldova?
Like the first thing that we are huge drinkers, wine. That's the first that came up to my mind because when I have a lot of international students and from Ireland, from France, from Spain, and they're like, my mom told me in Moldova we drink a lot, and we're like, no, we just have a lot of wine, good wine, so that's why I think this misunderstanding comes from.
Yeah.
That we are big drinkers, but no, we are okay with that stuff.
I mean, wine is not alcohol, right? It's food.
Yeah, it's like it's considered like food.
We heard that. I cannot get out of my head. Yeah.
I think the latest one that like people outside of Moldova have is that we have war in Moldova, like because of the Ukrainian thing happening. They think it's very bad the situation here
Yeah.
at the moment, which is not true. I mean, we are doing fine.
Yeah, it felt pretty peaceful the whole time.
Yeah, and lots of people are scared to come this time of the year because of the things happening. Like my US family, like I tell them every time, come and come. They're like, no, we're afraid like something bad is gonna happen. So you guys are brave enough to come. So yeah, the latest one I think is this one.
I feel like that's true. I mean, the very first thing when I told my family that I was going to go here, they were like, A, like, where is that? And then B, they were like, oh, that's like close to Ukraine. Like, are you going to be safe? Is that going to be an okay? I'm like, yes, they're like pretty separated from the situation and stuff. And yeah, that's like totally true. I think externally there's a ton of people who just think it's like a war zone here when it's obviously not.
Like Parisian music.
Yeah.
In the
It's like
background.
beautiful. It's like more peaceful than it is in the United States here.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because we're going to Stefan Voda tomorrow.
Okay.
And I was telling my mom, I was like, yeah, we're going to this town that's close to the border with Ukraine. And she's like, what?
Why would you
way.
do
Like, what are you
that?
doing? Why are you doing over there? It's like, if they're letting us go over there, it's probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, people are living there and they're continuing their life, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the most common problem is the language that we speak, because we speak Romanian, not Moldovan. So Moldovan is our dialect, and Romanian is the true language. But actually, especially Russians, think that they think that we speak Moldovan. That language doesn't exist, and even in constitution it's written that we speak Romanian. So, and we speak the same language as Romanian language. So yeah,
And then you guys, do all of you also speak Russian?
I know Russian.
Yeah.
We know it.
Yeah.
Speak it when needed, but like.
I see. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been hearing because you switch back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
But is it only to communicate with like the Ukrainians because they speak Russian, or do you guys also generally speak Russian as well?
We have a community of Russian, especially in Chișinău. There are many people of Russian nationality, and actually in public, in everywhere they speak Russian. And also we learned Russian in school, and we know a bit. And in restaurants, in different places, public places, spaces, they are communicating Russian, and we are used to it.
Yeah, and another thing is that our great grandparents and our grandparents that were living during the Soviet Union,
Yeah.
they were speaking Russian at schools, at work. And for instance, my great grandmother, she speaks Russian. She knows Romanian, but like she's not that good. Like it's easy for her to speak Russian with her family, with like her relatives and stuff like that. That's another thing. But when we are at school, at university, we generally speak Romanian.
But we have Russian lyceums that are like Russian profiles, and kids are just speaking Russian there and learning in Russian. So we have this kind of things. But funny fact is that if you want to get a job, I think 80% of them are asking for you to speak Russian, Romanian, and English.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh wow.
usually if you don't know
It's a
Russian, it's a
must-know.
problem.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, it's a must now.
so many people in Moldova speak Russian.
So you gotta know at least 3 languages. to
Yeah.
get a job. That's wild.
Find a
I'm not
job.
passing.
I was like, we would be- I've only got 2. I'm not even.
I'll be unemployed. That's cool. I like that. I mean, I guess it keeps you like educated. I guess. Do you guys know more than 3 languages too, or just the 3?
Yeah, we're also learning French at school, Russian, French, and when we went to university, like our first year, we had to choose between French and German. Like for instance, we were learning German. Mihaela, if I'm not wrong, you were learning
I know
French.
French.
Yeah,
I
she
came
was-
with background in French. I also know German language because we took classes at university, and that's how
Yeah, so
many people know.
we were able to choose between like other languages to study.
Yeah.
So you speak English, Romanian, Russian, German, and French?
French,
I don't think we speak
Italian
like.
too.
I don't
And Italian.
I think we have We even have a lyceum that is based on like French. We're learning in French, and we also have a lyceum in Italian,
German,
yes,
Italian,
Italian,
Spanish.
German, and in English. We have like lots of different lyceums.
I think we have
here.
to make it clear a little bit. So we have different lyceums with different profiles. So
Okay.
you can give your kid to like a Russian profile lyceum. So he learns Russian. Or you can give him to an Italian profile. He learns Italian. So we don't know like 5 languages at once. Probably super interesting.
You have to choose between them.
But usually if you go to an Italian profile, you learn Romanian and then Italian like as a second language, and then you can choose English or French like a third language.
Okay.
So it very depends on the lyceum.
I feel like once you have those 2 or 3 base languages, maybe I'm wrong, but is it easier to pick up? Like, I'm assuming a lot of like Italian overlaps well with Romanian, and then like
And
if you want
Spanish
to learn
as well.
Spanish
Yes,
next,
yeah,
that's going to be
Romanian.
easier to pick up. I feel like, at least in the U.S., I don't say like we're kind of screwed, but like we're set up in a bad situation because we're only taught English, essentially, and then in high school, which is like our grades 9 through 12, we're given the opportunity to like study another language, but the courses aren't strict. They don't actually make you learn anything. And then you get to the age of like 19, 20 in college, and you're like, oh my gosh, like there's a whole world of people outside of the US speaking all these different languages that we never got taught. And it's like so hard to pick it up once you're that old, I feel like, with no other language learning. Like, I've been studying Spanish for 2 or 3 years, and I still feel so far away from fluent. I imagine if I just been taught earlier, like maybe
Yeah,
it'd be
it'll be easier. Because we learn English from the 2nd grade at
Okay.
school, and then Russian from the 5th grade,
Okay, so yeah.
and then French from the 10th grade or something like this.
I
Like
hate
in,
how far
in my
behind we
school, I
are.
did it like
Yeah.
I feel like we're so far behind. Why are we not doing this? Oh,
That is wild. Yeah, I grew up in Venezuela, so I know Spanish, and then I moved to the U.S. in 7th grade, and I guess I was kind of forced to learn English, right? Now, I wish I would have taken another language in high school, but I don't even think it would have made that much of a difference. I'm trying to learn French right now, and because it overlaps so much with Spanish, but it's kind of like, I feel like if I was taught English a lot earlier, and then I started learning French a lot earlier, it'd make it a lot more easier.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm proud to be Moldovan, really. Yeah.
I definitely have felt that.
I hope it recorded.
I don't know how long it recorded, but it was stopped just then.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, it had a video file in there, but I don't know how long it was. I just restarted it.
I think, like, I definitely felt the welcoming part. I mean, we just been here for not even 2 days, and we were greeted into Igor's house, which is the CEO of Edujok, and he fed us so much wine and traditional Moldovan food, and I mean, even at the university, just all of you guys seem, I don't know if it's a mix of you guys being interested and also like learning about us, but like just showing your country, like you seem very prideful about your country and about your culture. It's really nice to see.
For good reason, I think. Like, from what we've seen and heard, I mean, I would also be proud to be from a place like this. This is awesome.
Thanks.
Kind of transitioning into more daily life occurrences. What does a normal day look for you guys?
Student life.
Student life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually now we're not like having lectures because we're the last year, we are working in our thesis. So, but when we had lectures, like we wake up, we have to be at university at like 8 in the morning.
Okay.
So we should be like 15 minutes earlier and meet our professor, like have a chat with our classmates. Like, we have lectures like till 2 p.m. I guess, 3 p.m. like the latest one, and then a lot of us go to work because like a lot of students here in Moldova, we are starting to work from the first year, if not earlier, like when they're like just graduating from high school. So they're starting to work, and usually we have work after university, and then we're just heading home, doing our homework, working on our like next day activities.
And repeat.
If we still have time, we are going out with our friends. Only if we have enough time.
Is it always like 8 to 2 or 8 to 3?
No.
It's all kind of all over the place.
It usually depends. Like we can start later, like from 11 till I don't know 1.
Yeah, it depends
on the schedule.
Yeah.
But I think every day is kind of dynamic for everybody, and it's different for everybody. I think mine is very dynamic as well, because if I have to go, I'm working as well, so morning university, then going to work, then probably later going to the gym or meeting with friends, or maybe in the morning we could have like a meeting with the prime minister that is coming to Assam to give us a lecture, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or maybe during the lunchtime you can have it. So it's very, very dynamic. Or maybe after the classes you have to do an event at the university, so you have to stay there. Or maybe we go in, like to visit the. When we have been to the beer, do you remember?
Yes.
So for different,
Factory
yes.
of beer, artisanal beer. Yes, in Moldova.
So we can go make like excursions to see those places. Like it's very dynamic, so very much
Yes,
advanced.
especially I like that our faculty, international economic relations, special administration, organize for us different meetups with speakers from different domains like public administration, businesses, and it's easier for us to get to know with these activities and how it works, and it's really inspiring when you see a famous personality or a successful person. It motivates you to, and also it opens you the eyes about the world, about everything like that. So that's why it's really cool. And we had a lot of meetings with speakers.
Yeah, with different speakers.
And also from European Commission, from
The Parliament.
government.
Board.
Yes.
So I think you had a question, did you?
Oh yeah, I was going to ask, do you guys like that more dynamic, active, and kind of in the air schedules, or more okay, this time and this like more stagnant and controlled?
I think me personally, I would get bored if I will have like a stable one, like from university to work, and that's it. Would be like very boring. I'm a person that is trying to try anything, everything at once, and it's more interesting. Like you are trying new experiences. Like okay, I didn't get in, or I couldn't manage to do that. I have this opportunity tomorrow. I have this opportunity, like, and more dynamic, more interesting, and more perspectives to try something.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, for me, it's all about meetings, doing different things. You know, it really opened up my eyes to just the possibilities that can concur when you talk to people and just say yes to a lot of things. I was speaking to somebody on my team who just said yes to all opportunities. Josh, yes,
Yeah.
like that opened up many windows for him, and you know, it's starting to do it for me as well. So I always encourage and tell others, you know, even if you're scared, even if you fail or are not sure of the external outcome, always strive to do it, even if you believe it's not going to be beneficiary in the moment. It really helps you grow as a person and understand who you are, what you value, and what impact you can have on others. So yes.
But what's your daily, like, one day in your life looks like as an American student slash, I don't know,
What's your
workers?
superpower?
Superpower.
Yeah.
Well, last semester I had, oh my god.
No sleep.
You know, like the Google Calendar is like my savior.
Oh, that's our
Like,
superpower.
that is
Google
literally,
Calendar.
like, time
everything.
management has to be on point. I had, well, I was taking 13 credit hours. It's my last semester, so it was a little light on the schoolwork, but I was working 2 jobs. I was a resident advisor, so that you get to work with students in like different like living communities and kind of like basically lead them through their first year of college and guide them if they need any help, any resources. Like I'm there for them. It wasn't as like big of a workload, but then I also worked at Starbucks as a supervisor, and I was working 30 hours a week. So I'm doing that plus the RA plus classes, and then obviously you want to have a social life in college. You want to go out with your friends, and I was also I founded my own fraternity in school, so getting to be part of that brotherhood and be able to be involved with them as well. It's like kind of like what Juliana says. I feel like our schedule's very dynamic too, but it's up to you. Like if I was only taking classes, I feel like I would have been so bored. But then like NC State like offers so many opportunities to get involved in so many extracurriculars. Like if you want to go to something, there's definitely something specific for what you want to do.
Or
for
you
every
can
different
create
industries.
your own.
Or
thing.
yeah, you can do and create your own thing. I mean, while you're mentioning, like, I'm assuming it's kind of the same way the university kind of throws at you like different opportunities,
Yeah.
different events, and you choose to sign up or not sign up. But I think having the different variety in my schedule made it more fun, but also made it go like super fast. Like, I mean, this last semester, I felt like it flew. And I was taking finals, and then suddenly I was graduating, right?
Yeah.
It all happened so fast, but I do like the dynamic of it. Like, I don't know, I feel like staying busy is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was a very similar situation in that it was extremely dynamic the last semester. I was also working 2 jobs while attending classes. So I was taking 15 credit hours, and then I was working 25 hours a week at North Carolina State University's climbing center as the program assistant. So I was like running everything. I had to lead all of the teachings. Like every time we had a custom event, I had to plan it and like manage finances for it, which was interesting. But then on top of that, I was also working another 10 to 15 hours at my second job, which was at a different gym off campus, working with kids to get them involved in fitness, which was really cool. But all of that together meant that when I had plans with my friends, I had to schedule 2 or 3 months in advance so that we
Like
made
the adult
sure.
people do, right?
Yeah, exactly. To make sure that we actually had time to spend together. So it flew by.
Yeah, and going off of that for everyone, how do you guys personally have fun with your friends or family and find that time to de-stress and kind of enjoy your life more, you know, outside of academics or more professional pursuits?
Josh,
Anything in
you haven't spoken. How do you do?
I mean,
You can
I'm
give
going to answer the
examples.
previous question first because it'll add context. So, when I was in college, obviously, same situation as that, very dynamic schedule, doing a little bit of everything. Right before I graduated, I was required to do a job, like an internship for a semester as part of my degree. And I did like a 9 to 5, like you show up in the cubicle, sit at the desk until 5 p.m. and leave. And I was like literally depressed. I was so unhappy like at all times. So I made sure, like, no matter what, whatever I did after I graduated had to be sort of like the student life. And I did a year in a startup, and then after that, I ended up joining NC State's entrepreneurship clinic, and my schedule is very much like it was when I was a student, where I sort of have different projects that are going on for the university that I'm working on. But outside of that, I have like my own company that I'm running, and then beyond that, I have free time to sort of do with as I will. So in terms of like the friends and stuff, I mean, I joined a soccer league, football league. I play soccer on the weekends for fun. I go to the beach whenever I can. I don't know, like go out drinking every once in a while. Just like whenever you have free time, just saying yes, like that, you know, what she had said earlier. I mean, opportunities like this have been cropping up, which is awesome. Just being able to just like say, yeah, let's go do this thing in another country. Like, I don't think it changes much. Like after you graduate, it's kind of just still your responsibility to say yes and just actually do things. It's easy to get like soaked into work and just disconnect from everybody, and it's not good. You got to be careful. Stay young and do the fun things.
Have a balance, right?
Yeah, balance. Yeah.
What about you guys?
I am quite good with my free time and like like work life, like student life, work life, personal life balanced. So from my point of view, I go out with my friends like every week. Usually we go out hiking, we go out drinking, partying, going to the theater, going to the museum, like going. I love roller skating, so I'm doing that in the park usually, and my friends going biking. But also we are going on Erasmus very often with like some of my friends. We try to apply together and like go together, and we travel a lot because it's very cheap to travel to European countries from Moldova. So that's what I do most of my times, like my free time. I'm traveling.
Do you guys do like weekend trips still? Like
Like city breaks. We do like take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back.
Wow.
I was over like so jealous. Like when I was in Prague, when I was in Czech Republic, like we would do that. We'd like take a weekend trip and just go to like another country. But in the United States, it's like impossible. Like you can't just like go to another country for the weekend and like travel, then come back. It's like it's so different. I was gonna ask if travel is like a big thing for you all. That's awesome.
For me, so I have like a discount membership for like a Wizz, like one of our airlines.
Okay.
So I always have discounted tickets. So I just find like 10 euros back and forth Twitter, you know.
10 euros.
Yeah,
like-
What?
Sometimes I'm like waking up and Daniela is texting me like, "Do you want to go to Italy this week?"
Like 10 euros one direction.
That's wild.
That's like something like, oh, you want to like get a like ticket to like Virginia? Like that's
Yeah.
it's like what?
Even like within the state, like in North Carolina, I mean, our public transport is kind of crap. It is pretty.
It's
crap.
terrible.
Yeah,
You
it's,
just say
it's,
it's
it is
awful.
crap.
We have no good.
But like even within North Carolina, like going from Raleigh to Charlotte, which is like a 2-hour drive, you could take the train and it'd be like $50 round trip. Just still like a good
Yeah.
rate. But you're saying $10 to go to Italy is kind of.
And the funny thing is, like, Raleigh and Charlotte are, like, the same. Well, I mean, Charlotte's a little bigger, but it's like you're not seeing anything cool. Like, for 10 euros to be able to just go see, like, an entire different country,
Yeah.
different culture, different language.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's the
insane.
big plus of living in Moldova. Like, find
So
out-
you explore around here, but you get out there. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
It's no wonder it's, like, so many like, back to the language thing all the way at the beginning. Like, we were talking about, it's so difficult, at least for me in the United States, like, learn my second language well, because you have to really work to find people who speak Spanish fluently and often. I could imagine, like, if you were trying to learn, like, a language and it's a 10 euro plane ticket to the country that speaks it. Like, oh, you want
there.
immersion? Just go for a few weekends in a row.
Go
And,
check
like,
it out.
that's amazing.
How big is like pop culture here in Moldova?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess like you're saying the movies and you're visiting other places, like a lot of like the Western stuff that comes through here. Like, you guys are like very involved with it. I mean, it's super funny. I don't know if you guys know, but
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
yesterday we were with Igor and he was showing us the different toys that they're making in the museum. And I don't know if you guys know the Italian like brain rot memes, like the bombardino crocodilo and the tra-la-la, tra-la-la. And they were like, yeah, the kids love it, and they
Yes.
like they had like cutouts of the different characters, and I'm like, oh my god, like I didn't know this was like so big, and it's like these kids are like talking all about it. And it's like do you feel like you're still very involved with that? I mean, with the internet, like being so connected worldwide.
Yes, well, because most of my students, like, I didn't know about that. I wasn't much into that topic, and I kept hearing about like bombardino crocodile, and I was like, "What's that, guys?" And they were showing me TikToks like, "That's very popular right now. That's like, how do you know? Don't you know about that?" And I was like, "What is that?"
They're like in the first grade, like they're
Yes.
Yeah.
basically kids.
Wow.
Like,
Yes, I have even kindergartens. They're like 5 years old, and they're like, "Do you know about ballerina cappuccino?" No, I don't.
I'm so glad. I was telling them, I was like, dude, am I just like older? Because I didn't realize it was so big. I saw like a single meme once on my feed about like the crocodile thing, and I was like, that's funny. And then I saw the cutouts, and I'm like, is that like a thing? Like, is that actually a thing? And they were like, yeah, it's huge. And I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know how to feel, but there was like a week where it was just everything I kept seeing on my feed. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is going on? And, I can't even.
I think we're pretty connected.
Yeah.
Everything happening.
What's like news consumption for you all like? Because like in the United States, like, I mean, just for me specifically, I follow like a number of accounts that are obviously posting like United States related news, and like it's a ton of stuff. Like, this happened to the U.S., this happened to this state, this happened to this state, and then I'll follow a few like international channels. So like I'd say one in every like 5 to 10 posts that are related to news might be about something that's happening internationally if it's big enough. Like, do you have a really large concentration of like news and media that you consume related to Moldova specifically, or do you think it's more spread out since you're so close to these like neighboring countries? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think it depends on your age and what kind of source of information you are on. So for example, my parents probably would watch the TV, and they're like the broadcasting and the news, and on the TV they show like Moldovan stuff and also international stuff. So they would know about what's happening in Moldova, what's happening in the United States, what's happening in Ukraine. Regarding the quality of that information, depends on the TV post you're looking at. Because if you're looking, I think you know what I mean.
We're the same
Yeah.
thing. Certain
Yeah.
channels gonna give you
Kind of biased. Yeah.
I think the youth that are studying like international economics relationship like us, I think we tend to look at different multiple sources. Like, I follow Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, looking at BBC, I don't know, US Embassy. So I'm
The
trying to get
economics.
my info from multiple sources to like see what's the
Okay.
But this is what I've been taught, like to think it critically and look at different sources. But I think there are people who just watching TikTok and like misinformation and just scrolling. So
Yeah,
No,
especially
that answers that question.
Yeah, especially with the age-generated
Oh.
stuff, and the older generation, like my grandma, often comes to me like, "Did you know that happened?" And no, that's not real. That's generated. Like, how can it be generated? She's speaking like I hear the voice. No, it's like a robot voice. It can be real. So,
Yeah.
oh, really? Okay, good to know. Next one, 5 minutes later. Do you know that happened again? No.
Some of
So-
it, like, you can't even tell. Even like
Yes.
young individuals are struggling to tell.
So
It's, like,
yes,
scary.
because we, the new generation, like we are more like we're reading more, a lot of more channels, and we know that stuff is not real. But the older one is like they don't have access to a lot of information. They're just watching TV and TikTok,
Yeah.
so they kind of buy this stuff that is generated.
how is it in the United States? What do you think?
I think it's similar. It
Yeah.
depends on like. I think it's really easy if you want to like paint a specific narrative to only follow sources of information that are going to give you like that feed. But I think similarly, like there's people in the United States that have been taught like there's an entire world out there that you should be very well aware of. So you potentially, like I mentioned, I go out of my way to find international news accounts to make sure that I'm somewhat in the know. And I think like generally our media is good at reporting on international stuff, but I mean, just admittedly, I think there's a bit of a bias towards the U.S. because it's such like a. I don't say it's on an island because obviously we're not, but like in its own way, like there's so many different states that have so much independent stuff going on. It can be difficult to track everything that's going on, like in your municipality, inside of your state, inside of like even like whether it's like your neighboring states and you've got the whole country, and then you're also thinking like Canada, South America, and then also now you're supposed to be following the news on the other side of the world, and it can be difficult. But I think people make an effort in the United States to like learn more. But I agree too. It's like if you don't, it's easy not to. I think television, you get a very narrow slice.
Yeah.
My grandparents, unfortunately, just like consume like a super specific channel of news that feeds a super specific type of info, and it can be difficult to get them to like realize like you're watching like super filtered and like biased information
Yeah.
here. And I think it's kind of a generational thing. But what do y'all think? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I believe depending on the region as well, some things are heavily pushed or also sometimes limited. I know on social media, sometimes if you try to look for specific words or key phrases, I've had it happen where it's blocked or it doesn't let me access it. So I feel like all of that contributes to the specific narratives that they want to paint in the US. But yeah, always trying to make an effort to know more globally is always a plus. That I see more and more of now that things are picking up, especially in conflict regions, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like it still depends. Like, there's still a little bit of both worlds. Like, even for younger people, like, I know friends that they just use TikTok as their way of informing themselves. Obviously, like, that's not the best way to do it, but also, like we're saying, like, watching specific channels or only watching TV, like, kind of like one of the reasons why we started this YouTube channel was because we noticed that a lot of these, like, mainstream media companies are trying to push an agenda of what they want people to believe, like, their own bias are pushing into people, and that's the only, like, they kind of, I wouldn't say censor, but they're kind of omitting certain information, and they're only pushing one kind of like pathway of information for people to kind of believe and buy into that narrative. And so that's what I mean. I feel like that's kind of like why the big point is here. It's kind of showing the world that there's more out there that's not really necessarily being shown.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important to kind of stay educated and kind of like find, like you said, like find different sources to stay educated. I mean, like, yeah, it might be fine to like follow some channels on TikTok that like are only talking about news, but also like cross-reference that with some other media sources, or like have international news. Like, you having multiple sources kind of like helps you verify that what you're being told is actually what's happening.
Uh-huh.
And like you're not like being omitted facts or being omitted information to buy into that narrative. So I think it depends on the person, but like also like I would say age kind of like varies. And grandparents, they only see watching TV or watching very specific sources, so they buy into that narrative that they're being told.
Yeah.
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 So what do you feel about time and stuff?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask one last question to wrap things up. for you guys, what is one thing that you want to tell the world about Moldova? People that you want, I mean, coming to Moldova, or if you just around the world, anything that you want to say to the people?
I'm gonna make sure
The
this is
camera.
Yeah, please.
okay. We're good.
All right, so we need to capture this.
I'd say at this moment, do not be afraid and like come to Moldova, visit. We have so much to offer, and we are so great as a country and so underrated, I think. So feel free to come.
Yeah, I would also say that we are welcoming. We are very happy to see you all here. So we will show you Moldova in her true shades. So welcome here.
Yes, in Moldova we have beautiful sights seeing, and also we have great people, and you will feel at home.
And good wine, of course.
Yeah.
Good wine.
We'll show you the good quality wine.
Yes.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you guys so much. This
Thank
is
you.
great. I think we went out for like an hour, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's really
Is it
cool.
only an hour? Oh, great. I mean, that recording will tell you exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to learn about students, about you guys' experience as students, but also learn more about Moldova. I mean, this is only our second day here, and we've had such an amazing time so
Yes.
far. So we're excited for
We're glad.
today, and maybe we'll do another outing on Sunday. Who knows? We'll see. But
Yes.
we're happy to be with you guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
we're so
Thank you
grateful
too.
for everything that you guys have shown us, told us, and really helped us immersed on a one-to-one level that we could not get anywhere else. Especially in our age category, student to student,
Yeah.
and everything else. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're glad to meet you and
Yes,
show you the best of
it
Moldova
was a
as we can.
pleasure.
Oh,
Yes.
all right, well,
Alrighty.
bye guys.
Bye!
Ciao.